Hello and welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to learn about the law of mentalism, or better yet, the all is mind. This truth sets you free while also holding you 100% accountable for every action you do in your life. This is vital. And a disclaimer, this is being recorded for YouTube purposes so everybody can rewatch. Today we learn the first law of the universe, the law of mentalism, or better yet, the all is mind. This is vital for us to completely encompass inside our lives. It comes from the book The Kybalion. I recommend everybody in the entire world read this book. It's from the Hermetic teachings, and they are exactly the blueprint you want to set your life to if you want to be the master of your own universe. Here we see the 7 different laws, and it's important to note the first to the 7th because their order matters when it comes to mastering. So things like the law of rhythm and the law of polarity, even the law of vibration, or the bottom law, cause and effect, that's our karma law. All these things can be controlled with utilizing only the law of mentalism, which is the all is mind. If you can get complete control of your mind, you can step above all the other laws, because there is no stopping the law of rhythm, for example, or the law of karma, but you can sidestep it or step above it. Think of yourself as a puddle jumper throughout your very own reality, because you have the power to control everything that happens in your life to a majority degree. But that takes understanding this concept. So to start this off as clear as possible, yes, you are the generator for your entire reality, though you have been tricked into giving away your power. In today's lesson, I want to try to convey to you the severity of the fact that the all is mind. This concept is so simple that our egos won't trust it. It will tell you life is more complicated, but it is not. It's important for you to note this because the ego is going to look for every excuse it can to disassociate you from your power. The complications come from the ego itself and the programs that have been keeping us tied down. Their ties were severed in 2012, but we weren't notified. We are free to walk away from our pre-programming. It's where is the programming though, and how do I walk away that becomes more of the actual issue that we need to work through. For today's lesson, we're going to focus on empowering your will, that you are the mind. This knowledge will set you free and connect you to your own sovereignty, because you are the master of your own reality. They don't want you to know this, but it's important that you do. But to be a true master, you can't just know this information. You have to integrate it inside of you, into your being, so that it can emulate outside of you into your reality. The all is mind. This means we live in the mind of God, or universal mind. The universe is a mind. Since we ourselves have that universal mind, that God mind, that creator is inside of us, our thoughts project out our entire reality, and even those around us will be affected if we are the stronger master. So too can their realities affect us if they are the stronger master. In truth, you want to work in tandem with other humans. You want no one to be master and no one to be below. But it's better to work on yourself and head towards that master level. Otherwise, because the true master sits in his power or her power, but then doesn't use it. That's the whole teachings inside martial arts, is holding extreme power and saving it up to use it when you have to, because you have the ability inside yourself to control and dictate where your life is going to go. And we'll discuss today how you can utilize that properly.
Okay, so everything is based on mind, is led by mind, is fashioned by mind. If you speak and act with a polluted mind, suffering will follow you as the wheels of the ox cart follow the footsteps of the ox. Everything is based on mind, is led by mind, is fashioned by mind. If you speak and act with a pure mind, happiness will follow you as a shadow clings to a form. And that is spoken by Buddha. Next, we have Neville Goddard, a very good pioneer in the revolution of leading with your mind of this century, or he's even early the last one. Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. People like him and Carl Jung are the beginning of our new revolution of consciousness. He's very important if you've never heard of him to read him, as well as Eckhart Tolle, of course, but I feel like everybody knows him. People don't realize that now is all there ever is. There is no past or future except as memory or anticipation in your mind. Eckhart Tolle. The principle of mentalism, or better yet, better understood, the all is mind, states that everything in the universe is ultimately made up of mind or consciousness. This means that the reality we perceive, such as the material world, life, phenomena, matter, and energy, are all manifested as the underlying mind or consciousness. It suggests that the universe itself is a product of this universal mind. And absolutely, more than suggests, it states it completely, I would say. Remember, when we say mind in esotericism, we don't mean the brain, we mean the mind. We mentioned this last week while discussing the heart. The mind is the entire energy body and more. The mind is your entire being. So, yes, you want to work on focusing your thoughts on good, but the entire energy body will need alignment to head towards perfection of self. If your energy body is not in alignment, old traumas and blockages will stand in the way of a centered alignment of mind. We have all fractured minds. We all have fractured minds. We want to focus our energy on as much coherence as possible. We have lifetime after lifetime of chaos and doom imprinted into our very DNA, not to mention the trauma accumulated in this life alone. The principle of mentalism, or the all is mind, emphasizes that the mind is the foundation of all existence. It holds that the thoughts, beliefs, and intentions we hold in our mind play a significant role in shaping our reality. It suggests that by understanding and harnessing the power of mind, we can influence and create the experiences we desire in life. And if you see here, that's that old famous painting by Van Gogh, I think. But it's showing the brain of God reaching, and they call that Adam, and it's reaching to us. That's God showing us the brain to the brain. God is in the brain reaching to us. Remember always that you cannot be anywhere except in the mind of God. When you forget this, you will despair and you will attack. The ego depends solely on your willingness to tolerate it. That's from A Course in Miracles, and I would highly recommend that book right beside the Kabbalion first, just to know about the universe, and then this one to live in the universe. It's key to go hand in hand. And I'm paranoid now, so please pop on anyone if you can't hear me. Okay. If anyone is familiar with the Matrix and the theories around our world being one, know this is true. We are a matrix. Once upon a time, this was used against us, but we are the ones creating it. To change our programming, to change this matrix of a world, we have to change our minds. The power for this is already ours. We just have to wake up to it. And simulation theory is something that is growing and it's real, but there's people out there like Elon Musk, and he's cool and stuff, but they seem to almost have an atheistic point of view, or that's just what they're presenting to the public. We are a simulation, but it's generated by universal God mind power. It's not like we're somebody's computer. But yes, the universe is binary, made up of zeros and ones, but it's not a heartless computer like we like to think. It's a very living, breathing organism, and it's something to be very aware of because it means we can very likely create living, breathing organisms of computers ourselves. In essence, the principle of the all is mind encourages us to recognize the fundamental nature of the mind in shaping our reality and to use this understanding to consciously create the life we want. Only one answer here is we must get control of our minds, because right now, most of us are not driving the ships, especially if you're not even awake. But if you're here listening to me now, you're definitely on the path, or you are awake and you're on the path to awakening more, because awakening is a journey for the simple fact that, I mean, some people have those revolutionary spiritual awakenings where instantly, it's usually near-death experiences, they're awake and they see the clarity in everything. But most of us have to fight tooth and nail through the battle of our ego and our subconscious mind. And it is a battle, but you can win because you are the driver when you find your own true willpower. So this right here is just a very nice image to see and to always imagine this inside yourself, that this is happening at all points in time. Like if we wanted to get deep into the science, where I don't like to, but if you wanted to get deep into the science, there are scientists starting to prove things that, like, we paint the image of what we see in the back of our retinas. Like, we're not actually seeing with our eyeballs. It just happens at such light speed that we don't realize that we're not like just easily seeing what we're seeing, we're creating it. And I know that sounds insane, but you get used to it and you have to open your mind to see it more and more and more. And you will literally start to see it more and more and more. The law of vibration reveals that our thoughts and beliefs emit specific vibrations that resonate with the energy frequencies of the universe. These vibrational patterns shape our perspective of reality and influence the outcomes we experience in life. In a sense, our thoughts patterns act as an imprint that mold the very fabric of our reality. Imagine our thoughts as ripples in a pond, creating a ripple effect that extends beyond our conscious awareness. These vibrational ripples interact with the energetic matrix of the universe, attracting or repelling corresponding circumstances and events. In this way, our thoughts essentially create the matrix in which we live. And then here, I mentioned a bit last week too, is our brain is the male and female, like everything. And then you saw that was one of the laws of gender. That is true even down to the micro degree of ourselves. Everything is male and female, including us, both of us, like male and females in each and every one of us. Doesn't matter if you're born a male or you're born a female. You have to harmonize both equally, regardless of which gender you are physically. Internally, you want to focus on balancing those out. And that's a whole lesson on its own. But just know that that's part of an equilibrium of a healthy lifestyle. By understanding the law of vibration, we gain insights into the power of our thoughts and the impact they have on our lives. We can consciously choose to cultivate positive and empowering thought patterns, aligning our vibrations with our desired outcomes. With this awareness, we can actively shape our reality and manifest a life that is in harmony with our intentions. The law of vibration offers a key to unlocking our full potential and creating a fulfilling and purposeful life. Existence. Okay, this one is powerful. Quantum physics has proven this concept. When we perceive the molecular level, we find atoms linked together, if you've ever heard of quantum entanglement. The atoms are made out of protons, neutrons, and electrons, and even deeper, we find the realm of subatomic particles. This is a strange world where everything that we knew before does not make sense anymore. The laws, meaning the laws of physics we were taught in school, do not apply when you get down to the subatomic particle level. They don't apply. They're not a thing. The subatomic particles have a particular property. They can be in two states at one time, both particles and both wave. This is called wave-particle duality. After the double slit experiment, the scientists observed that when a particle in wave form is observed, it collapses into a particle. So by simply perceiving it, it changes from energy to particle. So matter is created just by observing it. Same with our universe. By observing and creating, reacting to your reality, you create it again and again. So how you react is so important. And the same with the universe. It exists because it's being observed by the all eternally. Quantum physics has made so much progress here, It's startling. The things that they are seeing, and that two things exist at the same time. This is why they know other realities exist, because those subatomic particles come in and out of reality. So where are they going? Because nothing ever stops existing. This is proven. Energy always exists. So if it's popping out of our reality, that means it's going into a different one. And the very fabric that makes up you as a person does that. So the very atoms that are inside of you are coming and going in and out of our reality. Meaning, if you want to change your life, if you want to upgrade who you are, you just have to put your mind to it. And the particles that are inside you will go in and out of higher realms and bring them back into your being. They will upgrade you, upgrade your DNA, and you will change as a very person. You can become anything you want to be by utilizing this information. And then this is just a video on the
When a
slit
laser
experiment
emits
here.
beams of light particles called photons at a screen with two slits, you'd expect to see two strips to correspond with the two slits. Instead, we see a pattern of light and dark bands. This suggests that light behaves like waves that pass through both slits simultaneously, interfering with each other to create the pattern on the second screen. However, when scientists used a measuring device to observe the slit that each photon passed through, the interference pattern disappeared, and two strips appeared. The act of observing which slit it went through changed the behavior of the photons. No one knows why observing a particle causes its behavior to change.
He who stumbles a little less we call good, and he who stumbles a little more we call bad. It is not that there are two different people or presences, but the same presence, God, manifesting in different degrees. Swami Vivekananda. Now, to me, this means that we're God, and our connection to God depends on how our life goes. So this means those who are connected more to God will automatically manifest more good. The all is mind. Though God contains both good and evil, humans are made to be good, but intelligent. The knowledge of good and evil, simply knowing evil, is what has caused us to manifest it for so many centuries or millennia even. We are babies, and the training wheels are taken off before we were ready. The whole knowledge of good and evil thing, Adam and Eve, this is why it's such a big deal. Because there's something that happened there. We opened up before we were ready, or alien tinkering made us this before we were ready. Or we have to go through this baby stage to be ready. Like maybe there is no jumping to be ready. That's probably the answer, is that we just have to, like any sport, you have to go through the hard time before you get good at it. We are babies, and the training wheels were taken off. So yes, we know about evil, but inherently we are not. We are good, and so is Source at its ultimate core. It's why there's so much mention of it being good in the creation story. It's emphasized a lot. This is good. We are good. Good, good, good. Except we're not, are we? Most of us are not good. Original sin is simply the knowledge of sin clogging up our minds that are the all is mind. Think good thoughts, do good deeds, and you will have a good life. Want a prosperous life? Then think prosperous thoughts and hold to them as a reality, not as a fanciful wish. This goes for anything you want in life. Feel that you already have it. Love, money, respect. It's already yours. You just have to live from that place vibrationally. And this is what we talked about last week. This will eventually alter your frequency, which like your energy body, to match, which is the blueprint of the all of the mind used to make your life. It's an automatic creation. You are an algorithm. Use that information to become a master coder of your own life. Saturate your life in thoughts with your true soul desires, and your desires will open up for you. Your life is yours to write. Now, for me, this actually became an aspect of learning that, like, what do I even want in life? Because we're taught, oh, survive. You want money. Except that's no way to have a fulfilling life. And yes, we want wealth. And there's this famous quote, and I forget who said it, but wealth is just having the ability to live the most amazing life you see possible. And that's it. Like, just have that much money, because any more than that, and it seems to make us evil. And thoughts like this are where reading Neville Goddard is very, 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 very good for you, because it just, again, rewriting that subconscious and retraining your brain to think differently. Our reactions to things are our biggest obstacle to overcome. How we go through good times and bad is what makes our life. The law of rhythm, the sixth law, because that matters, dictates that what goes up must come down. However, by using the first principle of the all is mind, we can master this and think of ourselves as puddle jumpers. This does not mean toxic positivity, because I went through a stage of that. That doesn't work. But it does mean finding the positive spin, because you do want to find the positive spin, but you also have to learn to feel the pain. We are complicated creatures. That's where shadow work comes in. You want to be positive, but also be doing your shadow searching, which just means when you feel a negative emotion, just feel it. Don't react. Don't create a mind story. Mind stories are your enemy. Just feel the pain. It's a physical thing you have to let go through you, feel it going through your vibrations, going through your aura, and clean it out. Okay, so for today's question and answer period, I want to open up questions about how should I handle this situation. You can make up a hypothetical or a real situation, but feel free to simplify it. Let's get to the meat of the pain, because the pain is what honestly stops us so much, because pain's not fun, it hurts a lot, but we have to get through it to enlighten our lives and find a way that we could use this to our advantage. Or at the very least, we can always find a way to heal or expand our knowledge, even if we are unhappy about something. Being sad is allowed, and it's important that you know this. Like, you have to be sad when you're sad, but diving into any a negative emotion will print you a negative reality. So, like last week, we talked about how vibrations can be temporary, but your frequency is permanent. So this is why you want to be sad, but don't let it turn into depression. Don't let it take you over. And then we have a quote here by Hermes Trismegistus, another very important figure to know about. God is an infinite sphere, the center of which is everywhere, the circumstance nowhere. And Hermes Trismegistus is where the teachings of the Kybalion came from, though it's not necessarily written by him, and he is debatably an extremely real person. But that's a topic for another day. So that is our references. So thank you for all the help there with those books. I do recommend that you read them. Okay.